It's Grimhex here, and today we'll be looking into Harriet, the new Grimsoul boss, and how to defeat him. So this will be a guide. First of all, let's look at all the 9 priests that help him. So we have 3 chaplains, 3 inquisitors, and 3 auxiliaries. The way this works is Harriet will spawn alongside 3 of these randomly. It can be any combination of them, and each of them has a special attack that they either perform or they buff Harriet. So you can see here from top left to bottom right, you have the chaplain Fernana, who can slow you, or rather he will make Harriet's attacks slow you. Once all of these priests die, like every time a priest dies, Harriet will gain his ability. So then we have Inquisitor Inotsky, which places blinding traps, which I'll showcase later. There's Chaplain Gardzini, which spawns fire columns. Baxter will place choking traps. Nigrod will give him a fire shield. Lothar will make him Berserk, where he gets extra damage the lower his health is. Antonio will cause fear, and Jersey will make so that Harriet's attacks will heal him. So here is a detailed, more an easier way to look at it. So we have the combinations and what they do. So Lothar damage, Nigrod fire shield, which is 60% retribution. So if you deal, let's say, 100 damage to Harriet, you will get 60% 60 damage back as retribution damage. All of these skills are rated for our scale to legendary difficulty. For the other difficulties, I don't know if it's the same values or if it's a weaker version, but I'm only going to talk about the legendary version here, and during the video I'll show you how to kill the other two, what gear you need and everything. But they're relatively they're much easier than the legendary one. So then we have Jersey, who heals him for 1/3 of the damage dealt. So if he deals 100 damage on you, he'll get 30 HP back. And then all the others I've already talked about them. Now for the dots you see here, I color coded them. So these are like synergetic combinations. As you can see, the only one that doesn't have a dot is the fire shield, which doesn't synergize with any of the other attacks, except for the fact that it deals damage, so it can stack with other damage. The extra damage that he gets when he's low, if you couple that with the healing and the attack speed slow on you, that makes it so he becomes really strong on his melee form when he's low, and he'll get a lot of damage, extra damage. That damage will hit you harder, so he'll heal a lot more, and you'll be able to, and you'll attack him slower, so he'll be able to get back his HP more efficiently. So any of these 3, they synergize with each other, so watch out for that. The yellow dots, Fear, Choking Trap, Blinding Trap, and Fire Column, they all synergize together. The Fire Column with the other ones, with the traps, all the traps synergize because they're essentially AoEs. So the more AoEs you have on the map, the harder it is to dodge all of them. Choking traps and blinding traps you'll see later, but they're static AoEs. They pop and they stay there, and Fire Column is just an AoE that happens and it has a larger area, but then it disappears. And the way Fear synergizes with these abilities is that you have to pay attention, because you'll always be feared away from your opponent. For example, if Antonio is alive and he casts Fear, you'll move away from Antonio in the opposite direction of him. If it's Harriet, you will be feared on the opposite direction of him. And on the opposite direction, you can land on a choking trap, a blinding trap, or a fire column. The choking trap, it synergizes because of the AoE stuff. The blinding trap also has an additional synergy, which is it will make you blind, so you'll more easily run into choking traps and fire columns. So you have to watch for that. And the fire column is the same as the AoE thing. So these are all synergized together. Now for the blue dots, you can see the movement speed slow and the AoEs. So obviously, if you're slower, it's harder to dodge a circle, right? So that is especially true for the fire column because it has a bigger AoE, a bigger area of effect, a bigger circle. So it takes longer to get away from the center of that to the outside where you don't take damage. Now let's look at these abilities. So this is the fire pillar. As you can see, it's the giant one, you see, it deals a ton of damage. What happened there at the beginning was one of the priests casting a trap, so it first appears as an AoE. So here is the AoE. You have the choking trap and you have the blinding trap. They both deal true damage and fire damage. So it's 80 and 90. As you can see, 90 for the choking one and 80 for the other one. The fire trap also deals like 100 damage. The thing with this, if you get hit by the first portion, this one, so if I went on the left, what would happen is I would take like 100 true damage that bypasses armor, and then the trap would be consumed, so no trap would be left behind. It would, like, you just instantly take the damage and that's it. Now, where is it? Okay. This is the special ability that Harith has. It's his own. And as you can see, he can blink behind you and attack you. He will always attack, you can evade it, but if you don't evade it, you get stunned. As you can see on the top left, there's a stun symbol. Since I have Unstoppable, the stun is really slow. Pretty much all the abilities are weaker versions of other abilities. For example, the choking doesn't last as long, the fear doesn't last as long, the stun also doesn't last as long. So how do you deal with him? On the first phase, I'm seeing phases, but let me start by saying he has a shield, or his other guys, the priests, will have a shield. So the shield goes from Nigoroth to the priests and back to Nigoroth. The shields, this shield in particular, is an immunity shield, so you can't even attack them. You can target the enemy with the shield. You can only attack enemies without shield. And the way it works is at the start you have to do 1050 damage. This is for legendary scaling, of course, which is roughly equivalent to a bit less than the total health of one priest. And the way it works is it will count how much damage you've done to priests, and then the shield will swap to Harith. Meaning, if you do 300 damage on one priest, 300 on the other, and then like 450 on the third one, you will not kill any priest, but the shield will pass to Harith. And then you have to beat Harith while you have 3 enemies hitting you. So the strategy is to kill one at a time, because you have pretty much exactly the damage threshold to kill one priest before the shield goes back to Harith. So you want to kill one priest, then you want, and you don't want to touch the others. You just want to kill one priest, deal all the damage to him. When he's dead, you can like finish with a last hit on the priest if Harriet still has the shield on him. So then it will pass to the shield will pass from Harriet to the priest, and you enter the second phase where you can hit Harriet. And in the following footage you'll see I'll be killing Harriet, and you'll see what are the best weapons and everything. I'll talk about that, but for now it's just like general strategy. So then you want to hit Harriet for about 700 damage. Then he gets a shield again, and you can kill the second priest. Then you kill the second priest. The shield goes back to the last priest, and Harriet can be hurt. So you go back and you hit him, and then on the fifth phase, then you kill the other priest, and then you kill Harriet. Okay. So for starters, you wanna pre-charge Curse and Heavy Strike, and then charge Heavy Strike. This way, your first hit will proc Curse and Heavy Strike, and your second strike will proc the Heavy Strike again if you activate it. This way you can ensure that the first priest dies before everyone gets up and starts attacking you. If you have a decent weapon with you, of course. After you charge your strike, you wanna, if you can, bring your horse, leave the Panier on him, because once you die, your loot disappears. Then you kill the first priest, unless it's Jarzy, because Jarzy, as you can see, makes Harriet heal for a third of the damage dealt. I believe this one and the fire shield and damage when HP is low, like the auxiliaries, they essentially buff Harriet, so it doesn't really matter if they're alive or dead. But you know, because I know the Inquisitors, for example, they cast their own spells. The chaplains, I'm not sure. I know the fire column guy casts it itself, and then when he dies, Harriet can cast it. But to be on the safe side, don't kill the one that allows Harry to heal himself first. And then after you charge in, you kill the first priest, and then you can hit Harriet. Before you do that, you don't want to face him with the other two guys near him, so you want to go to the right side of the map, you'll see later, and you want to go around the wall or the other obstacle that are on the right side, because that way you can hit Harriet while the other guys are still trying to get around it to hit you with their ranged strikes. So now I guess I'll see you with live footage. Let's go do the normal dungeon, normal mode Harriet first. And the strategy is pretty much the same. The dog goes away. If you want to, you can safe keep your Panier and just go in. But Mama didn't raise no bitch, so no. You go straight in and you fuck shit up. About before we go ham on that, if you have devotion, charge of fate, always good. For your passive abilities, you really want mighty health, running speed, whatever weapons you're using or shield, healing 1 or 2 if you need to. This is for the blink attack where he stuns you, it helps a bit. Crowd defense, always good. Hyper concentration also makes you hit faster. Resurrection always helps, and immunity is not needed. If you want to play safe, use petrification after this. If not, keep with curse or heavy strike or repression if you think he's dealing too much damage. Okay, so let's go in. We get the crazy shroom and we kill the first priest. There we go. And now we go down here where there's this little structure, and we go all the way here, and now that second priest has to Has to go all the way back. Oh, we didn't hit the same priest all the time. Now we hope that he teleports on us, eventually. Oh, there we go. Whoops. Now we kill this one. And we start hitting the other one. So Fire Shield, keep in mind, you'll take some damage. Now he's casting something. Oh, this is the damage back. Now he can do that. And doesn't cost too much to kill the... It's preferable, like you can do this with the Spiked Mace and lower health. I always recommend Bitter Tinctures, just in case you get a bunch of damage, a burst damage, like from a trap or something, always helps. You can bring whatever food, and at least a 30 plus damage weapon, because it just makes everything so much easier. So now let's dive into the second one. Oh, and by the way, armor, 150, all you need. I'm using a shield because higher durability, and I didn't really want to, but you can just bring a set of tier 2 or a tier 3 helm or any combination to get around 150 or 170 armor. Should be enough, because most of the damage is pure damage, the burst one, or fire damage anyway, so it's not like having tons of armor will save you from too much. Also, Luck Bot, always fun, don't really need that. And St. Peter's, because you're gonna do legendary and then you can use these buffs for Isa, Rock Vault, or Torturous Dungeon, whatever. So the heroic mode, I suggest like a full tier 3 set, which is around 250 armor and scimitar or better. I'm gonna be using the scimitar, maybe the halberd or the espadon. I'll be starting with the silver claymore just to really kill that guy like really fast. Armor, it's about 250, yeah, and you know, all the same. So we just go in, we pre-charged, we go for the first one, and there we go. Now he can use the fire column, that's good, because while he's charging that, he's not attacking us, so this one fears me, this one does a fire shield on him, so now he's fire shielded. We can wait a bit, and because I think it, so you see what I'm doing, and making, oh sorry, I said I would use the whoops, not you, the other weapon. I forgot to swap it. Try not to stay too long in the inventory menu, because they can. Okay, so this guy is coming. So also works fine, you see. Now we can bring him here again, usually behind a wall. So the other guy. So he goes around, and now we hit the guy. Oh, too bad. I must have hit something else. So there's the fear, doesn't last too long. And now we can just ring around Rosie and hope Harry jumps on us. Okay, so and there we go. Now he can use fear. He died from something. Oh, he died from the shield poison. So there we go. I'm waiting for Harry to jump on me so I can go on the other guy. Hopefully behind something. You can just go ham on him by this point, but I want to do things by the book now. So and there we go. And now we hit the guy. So you have to look out for the fire shield and that. Yeah, so now we're fine. He doesn't have fire shield, so it's just finishing. And so You know, 250 armor. It's more than fine, usually. But you wanna make sure you have some extra armor with you, just in case he heals with the damage dealt, or if he gets extra damage. So as you can see, we get some Sandpeters and potions of luck back. So yeah, I'll be back for the final fight. Let's attempt the legendary version. With each higher level of difficulty, he gets more HP, attack, and defense. So right now, I'm gonna show you. I'm bringing this set of armor. It's a bit too overkill, but tier 4, tier 5 should be enough. It should be around 600 armor anyway, so it's not that much of a difference. I want to test the heavy infantry boots to see, in case I get trapped, if it reduces the damage or not, because I don't know. And the gladiator set to inflict bleeding on them, to see if I can, because I tried it with bear paw and couldn't inflict the bleed. Other than that, we pre-charged, got everything going. You can also bring mandrake potions or sanctuary potions for faster attack speed. I'm going to use the poison dagger because poison is the only thing that can affect them, or the ice damage, not to be confused with the frostbite, but they can take the ice damage portion of freezing or ice weapon. And also the warhammer, I want to test that, so I'll be using both of these. When he gets the shield, all the poison stacks will subside, will be cleansed. So I wanna poison him just enough so the poison takes him to the lower end of it. With Warhammer, heavy strike will deal more damage because the heavy strike portion will also deal true damage. So for now, let's just go in and kill that first guy really fast. So there we go. Choking traps, okay. So I can test the boots, nice. Oh, I can still hit this guy. Oh, there we go. So now I'll... Oh, and fire traps, okay. I'll wait for him. Hopefully before the other guys come. It doesn't look like it. So we have traps. Come on, dude. Also get some ignition damage. Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, don't want to get hit by that. Come on, teleport. You can also take the time to clear some traps. Oh, there we go. That should be enough, I guess, for the traps to... Oh, there we go. No, not yet. Okay, but for sure now, yeah? Okay. He's doing something, he's putting a trap. So now you go for this guy. So we just used the... We just died to that huge AoE thing. But since we had the Sandpeter potion, we're fine. Now you can pop another Sandpeter, which would be the smart thing to do. But there we go. Oh, you can also eat during the coughing part, so you're fine. What do I want to do now? Is it this guy? No, it's still the other guy. Okay. I just hit him once. And there we go. So now you can see
Oh, right. Before I kill them, I also want to swap my armor. So this, I think it kind of reduces the trap damage, right? Forgot about that part. Let's see. It definitely reduces the trap damage. But let's make sure. Okay, it doesn't. Just deals less damage now. Okay, so yeah, chill out. So while this guy goes here... Oh no, sorry. So you see what I'm saying? The heavy strike portion of the damage just deals full damage when it's paired with a warhammer. And I'd really like the guy to come to me. Let's just on this one. Oh, there we go. So now it's the last guy. Can also use the warhammer on him, though he doesn't have as much armor. So now I'm just waiting for Harried to come and teleport to me, hopefully. Because the other guy is a bit faster than him, so it's the best way to create distance is for him to drop on me. Well. Or that also works if you don't want to waste too much time. So now just DPS him down. By the way, if he has the damage when low and healing on evasion, and healing on being hit, and your attack speed is slowed, you can bring some poison. Oh, that's an easy way to die. You can bring the poison thing, throwing potions, and just chuck throwing potions when he's low, and that way you can damage him from far away, and he can hit you, he can heal up, he can deal a bunch of damage, he can reduce your attack speed, and that's it. Well, thank you, and that's the guide. See ya.